What's up, peeps, and welcome to another episode of the Project Commentary Podcast. I am your host, Project Commentary, and I am here with, we won't call her a special guest anymore because she's more like family, Miss Melanie Munroe. Say hi to the people.
Munroe. Thank you.
I like that.
You're
I like
too
that.
kind.
She brought a studio
Oh
artist
my
with her and
God.
everything. She brought a whole studio. That's what's up. So
That's how much of a diva I am.
So this episode is entitled Darling Nicki, and this is actually based on a listener's request. They wanted me to, kind of dissect Nicki Minaj and where she is in the rap game right now. Basically, is she still the it woman when it comes to females in hip hop? Is she the one that all these other ones are chasing? I thought it was a decent topic. I mean, I'll be honest, like, hip hop don't do it for me the way it used to. Mm-hmm. It's kind of taking this weird direction that I don't really know what to do with it most of the time. It keeps letting me know I'm getting old. But I will say that on this one, I did have an opinion. In terms of who Nicki is and what she represents to the game right now, the answer to that question, is she still it? The answer is yes, but it's yes with a huge asterisk. It's yes, she is because she's popular. I mean, she has a huge fan base, a very loyal fan base. She doesn't have to, I ain't gonna say she doesn't have to work to sell records, but she's at that place right now where if she drops something, it's gonna get streams, it's gonna get attention, it's gonna get that just because she is who she is. And in terms of other ladies in the game, they are absolutely chasing the bar that Nicki Minaj has set in terms of popularity and being almost larger than life, if that makes sense. Now, from a talent standpoint and from a what is she bringing to hip hop, she's not it for me. Mm-hmm. I think she actually now leaves a whole lot to be desired. But we'll kind of get into that. What do you think? What's your answer to that question?
Well, personally, she is not my queen. I grew up in the 90s, so I was fortunate to have a lot of queens to pull from, I almost said whatever genre, but really from whatever style of music. You had like the sexy one, you had the tomboyish one, you had the weird one, like the soulful one. Like, now as far as this generation, I can see where they would claim her as their queen. She kind of came at the right time where it wasn't really, there was no one really in the rap game as far as a female.
Totally
not
agree.
big anyway. Like you mainly, and everybody has that same argument, because around that time that she came, you were kind of teetering off with the, I can't even think of their names. Like, you would have a female rapper in a clique, or a female singer in a clique. Like, you had the Murder Inc., you had Ashanti, with G Unit, you had Olivia, so with like, say, I can't even think of their names the name right now, but like Busta Rhymes clique. You had
like Remy Ma with
Remy
Terror Squad.
You
had the chicks with Crime Mob, which they were a little bit earlier, but not a whole lot earlier.
Yeah,
but,
Diamond and Princess, I think their names were. Like I said, with Busta Rhymes, you had old girl, I can't even think of her name. I see her face, but I can't think of her name. Raw Digga.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot about Raw Digga. Yeah.
Remember old girl with Ludacris?
Shauna.
Yeah. Give it to me now. So you had, that was kind of what was going on, like early 2000s. They weren't enough to stand on their own. It's kind of like the X-Men or something. They're great as a team, but not each one could probably be individual.
Yeah.
So she came at a time where she could be her own superstar. Yeah, she was with Young Money, but she had a certain je ne sais quoi. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I took French in high school.
You did that.
Yep.
Yeah, she definitely came in when there was like a void in the game, though. I see what you're saying there. Like, it was a spot that somebody needed to fill.
And it didn't hurt that she was cute, she was thick, and she could spit.
Yeah.
But she also was a kind of like a caricature, like kind of how they kept comparing her to Lady Gaga at that time, because Lady Gaga became popular around the same time or whatever. So she was like a character you know, with the crazy zany faces and the movements and the different accents and Roman and all that stuff. I'm sorry if I'm in your ears loud like that, but that's what was going on.
That was the thing.
So,
well, I think a lot of the greats end up being kind of caricatures of themselves, because like you even look at like Michael Jackson, he kind of became a character. I mean, hell, with him almost figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
But,
oh, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, you know, hey, I love me some Mike, but damn, bro. I think you hit a good point though. Nicki kind of. I think what made her special and what made her, honestly, she was almost there, in my opinion. I think she was almost at the pinnacle of, okay, she may be the...
But Brandy...
Yeah,
Brandy said almost doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, but it's like she was so close because of all the things you named off. For me, I think she was the combo, like that total combination that we hadn't seen before. She had the look, she had that something special, and she had the bars. So she was like the look meets personality or character, that theater aspect. She had the look, she had the theater, and she actually had real bars to go with it.
Yeah, because, I mean, we did see it before with Lil' Kim, but the difference between Lil' Kim and Nicki was it took a while for Lil' Kim to cross over into, like, mainstream. By that time, it was probably like maybe like a Lady Marmalade type deal, where she was known across the board in the pop world and everything. That's when she started hooking up with Donatella Versace, and she's getting all candies. If y'all remember, I read a lot of Teen People in 17 magazines. So she was doing a lot of that stuff. However, at that time, in that time frame in the 90s, you were kind of considered a sellout, or you were considered a sellout if you tried to cross over. You saw what they did with like MC Hammer when he had his own cartoon and cereal and toys and all that stuff. Now it's popular to do that. I mean, Snoop Dogg has a cooking show with Martha Stewart, for crying out loud.
Well, I think
that would not have been accepted.
I think the thing with Hammer though was, one, everybody was hating until the check cleared, so they can talk all this shit they want to, but Hammer was getting paid. And I think what they were talking about more with Hammer was he staying true or authentic to hip hop. I think the authentic angle to hip hop, from a monetary standpoint, has been thrown out the window. Nobody really gives a shit about that anymore. They want to be entertained. They want to sell records.
That's why, like how you said she was theatric. That's why I said she came at a perfect time, because she wouldn't have made it back in the 90s with what she was doing. She would have been considered weird or underground.
I think the bars would have gotten her through though. I think the bars would have actually helped. And that's why I'm saying that's where she fell off for me. She didn't fall off from a theatrical standpoint. She didn't fall off from the looks. Nicki fell off lyrically. That's the thing that's really holding her back right now. Like, in terms of can you still, I mean, you can still have the look, you can still do the crazy ass videos and wear the wigs and all that, but can you create a hit? She's not even pushing
herself in videos anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Can you create a real hit though? And
you think it's true that after Safari left, like, you think he was writing her stuff?
Absolutely.
Honestly believe that Nicki.
Absolutely, I do. The thing is, like, if you've ever, created music, and on this one I'm speaking from personal experience. When I wrote verses, somebody always listened to those verses, either in the booth or before I actually went and recorded it. Like, somebody listened to that and was like, that bar ain't really hitting. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that they wrote the whole damn thing for me, but through their input,
helped you out.
Through their input, I molded that verse into something that I thought was going to be hot, also based on what they were telling me. So you can absolutely tell the difference.
Because he was definitely like her hype man.
Yeah, when Safari was there, and then post Safari, you can totally tell the difference in her lyrical scheme. You can tell the difference in her metaphors. And here's the crazy part. If you go and you listen to any Safari record, mentally remove his voice and put on Nicki's. They rap exactly the same. He raps like old Nicki. And the thing is, for him as a man to do it, it sounds corny. That's why nobody listens to Safari. Yeah. But for her as a female artist to say those types of things, to put those bars together and talk about things that he talks about, it sounds hard because it's a female rapper talking about this. So I
know one thing. If she says these bitches is my sons one more damn time,
She's at the point now where all she can do is go with like what she knows, and that's these weak ass bars we hearing now. If I'm being honest, and the thing
you
is,
wasn't digging Megatron.
Not at all. Hate that shit. I haven't honestly liked Nicki since like Pink Friday. Like that's the last time I really was like, okay, she dropping real bars, and that's why I say that she was almost there. Because for me, one of her best moments was on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which was Kanye's album, and on Monster when she was on that joint with Kanye, Jay-Z, and Rick Ross, and she bodied that track. Like, I remember listening to that track, waiting.
She bodied a lot of features that she was on. Like, I like the one with Diddy.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yes. And that's
Diddy,
the thing, like.
whatever the hell that damn song was, but.
She was a female artist where you actually waited for her verse. And that's rare. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said she was that combo, because prior to Nicki, we had seen that before. Even though, now I'm not going to say Lil' Kim didn't have bars, because she would get kind of gutter with it. But for the most part, Lil' Kim was nasty. Let's just keep it real. And we've seen female artists sell sex time and time again. That's nothing new. But there have always been a select few that gave you real bars. So you had you had mentioned earlier, like MC Lyte, Queen Latifah,
The Brat,
Eve. You know what I'm saying? Eve is one that's really underrated. I don't know why people don't talk about her.
Yeah, because I keep forgetting about Eve. But yeah, she had some Love Is Blind, all that. Yeah,
Eve came with bars. Missy Elliott, which for me, honestly, Missy Elliott is my god female MC. I ain't gonna lie. Just because
if I had to pick one, it would definitely be Missy as Queen of Rap. Yes. If I just had to.
Absolutely. And when I say Queen of Rap, like I said, if you want to talk about chasing popularity and this look of being something that you really aren't, because I mean, yeah, she's hella popular, but in terms of being the best at her craft, I don't think she's that at all. I give that to Missy Elliott hands down, and she still hasn't been dethroned.
Kim did some otherworld type shit.
Well, you look at Missy Elliott, she didn't have the look. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when she came out, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we got a whole nother episode to talk about some of the standards and looks and all that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say it in this episode. She wasn't, a size 2 when she came out. Missy was, she didn't have the long flowing hair. I mean, she literally had a finger wave. You know what I'm saying? Yep. She was a bigger girl. She was darker skinned. She did not have that popular look, but her talent pushed her over the top in terms of her acceptance by mainstream media. She created a lane for herself. Nicki just really walked into a lane that was already there, and she happened to bring bars with her.
Yep.
Honestly, if we were talking about Nicki right now, if she had come out with the shit that she's doing now versus, I'm really gonna call it like during the Safari era and the post-Safari era. Post-Safari Nicki would not be this popular. Period. I don't see her lasting that long. I see her being more like I can't say Cardi B, because Cardi actually has a personality whether you like it or not. Part of what makes her who she is the fact she's so personable. And then whoever her ghostwriter is fucking amazing. Because that guy figured out how to write for her voice. I've heard rumors that it's this cat named Partisan Fontaine. That song that she did, Say It Louder for the Bitches in the Back, whatever that song is, whatever it's called, like Get a Bag or whatever it is. I heard that he is her ghostwriter. I don't care who it is. That motherfucker can write a bop. Like, he could put a track together and he could write for her voice in an amazing way.
Say a bop?
Yes, I said a bop. Yes.
I heard you say period and a bop. Are you doing your hot boy summer?
I'm married. I'm not allowed to have a hot boy summer. I'm married. I can have a hot husband summer.
Hot.
I can have a hot husband summer. I can mow the yard. I can paint the bathroom.
Clean out the gutters.
Yeah. I can take my wife on day trips. That's my hot husband summer. But
good answer.
You damn skippy. But so yeah, that dude can write for her voice. But Nicki Minaj without bars, I don't think she would have had this kind of longevity. And I think that's why this question was brought up. Like, is she still it? Because there are so many other artists out there that are giving you more And I think the competition amongst female rap is really starting to ramp up because you got women coming into the game with real bars, and they don't have to have the crazy ass wigs and all this other shit to get it done. You know what I'm saying? They just stepping in there with real lyrics, real beats. They talking real shit, and it doesn't sound scripted and rehearsed. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorites is Rhapsody. I don't know if you've heard of her or if you heard her album.
I've heard of her, but I never listened to anything. I don't really listen to hip hop like that.
You need to check out her album, Layla's Wisdom. It's a fucking classic. I mean, she gives you all the vibes, like the Missy Elliott, the Lauryn Hill, the Erykah Badu, all rolled in with like MC Lyte. Like, she gives you all those vibes in one person. She's lyrically amazing. Like, I'm not even I don't think I'm giving her too much here to kind of say like the female Andre 3000 esque. Like that's the feel that she gives you. You know what I'm saying? And then you got other artists like Megan Thee Stallion that are coming up, and they're giving you not just the Nicki Minaj look and feel, but they're giving you these like ratchet, like Dirty South, Gangsta Boo, Lil Chat, Trina. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're giving you them kind of bars.
What? And because I just keep hearing about her everywhere. Mostly, I guess, now because of her fashion. Because I was like, what the hell is going on? And what the hell is a hot girl summer? And why am I not involved in this? So I listened to her for the first time yesterday. And I said, oh. Okay. Like, I watched her Realer video. I said, oh, real ass. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, everybody in here has to say, like, oh.
Yeah, she like good old fashioned. She good old fashioned country fit.
Yeah, she is country, collard greens. I probably would listen to this at 14, like you said, Gangsta Boo, because that's what we were listening to back then.
Oh yeah, Gangsta Boo, and yeah.
From where we were at, you know, and whatnot. So I think we gravitate more towards the Dirty South rap. So I said, okay. I remember watching the BET Awards with my cousin, and I can't believe I know these people now. Young Miami from City Girls was performing. Now, he was like, oh my God, this sounds so stupid, woo woo. And I'm kind of bopping a little bit. I said, now normally I would say this is dumb, but I said, hey, this sounds like freaking Diamond and Princess from Crime Mob or whatever. Some stilettos, pumps in the club. Yeah. We bop to it. So I said, oh, this is just the generation, and I'm like, I'm over here twerk, like, I'm like, oh, okay, let me, and my grown ass made no damn sense. But yeah, it brings out the little ratchetness that I have. We all got a little ratchetness.
Yeah, and every woman got a little ratchet.
We keep it classy.
Yeah,
but we got a little ratchet, and it speaks to my little ratchet side every once in a while. Yeah. And sometimes I'm pissed and it's hot outside because it's like 10,000 degrees out there, and I want to fight somebody, and damn it, I'm gonna put that on. And I'm gonna whoop that hoe ass. So that's
oh no, yeah. The first female that
there's no hoe ass to whoop. There's no hoe ass to whoop people. I just feel like that. But yeah, it's just the mood that it puts you in. So yeah, she has genuine competition now. Yeah. So are you going to cave under the pressure, or are you going to claim your title as queen, like that whack ass album that you put out?
Yeah, that was trash.
Sorry, Barb.
Yeah, that was trash.
It was trash.
The thing is now there are so many other female rappers that can actually, like, for real rap. It's not just about selling sex anymore. That and the thing is, and that's why Nicki is kind of in the space that she's in right now. The sex sales model has been done so many times that we're no longer impressed with it. You know what I'm saying? You can talk, dirty, and you can do all these things, or you can look good. But it's almost like there's been a line drawn in the sand at this point where you have to be either extremely gifted from a lyrical standpoint, or you have to be willing to go like, oh man, like stripper level dirty with your bars. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't know about you. I grew up in like the Uncle Luke era of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And like
I had said that I wanted to go to Freaknik when I got older. Of course they canceled.
I've heard some things, but some of the shit these female rappers are saying today, I'm like, bruh, I have never heard so many descriptions of a coochie in one song in all of my life. I'm just like, look, do I have to?
Yeah, because...
Do I have to hear about your box every other bar? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because the only person that was really just saying that was like Lil' Kim and Foxy.
Now all of them saying
you didn't hear
all of them saying.
Yeah, you didn't really hear that too much. So back then it was like, oh my God. Now I was just like, yeah. Puss. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if Cardi B could do a song without talking about her box at least once. Like, she got to bring it up. Megan, the exact same thing. Another one that I like, Tokyo Jets. The girl got bars, but you gonna hear about her box like every 4 or 5 seconds. And I'm just like, it's to the point now where Nicki almost feels, from a actual music talent standpoint, she feels marginal. Like, she doesn't, because she doesn't come across as extremely gifted. And now, like, the shit that she has to say, even in the, realm of being dirty, it's lightweight. You know what I'm saying? By comparison to what these women are talking about now. Like, now she's being modest.
She might have to create another lane and maybe be, dare I say it, the classy one, the older one, because you gotta look, when Nicki came out, ironically, Lil' Kim was around the same age, 36, 37 or so. Now, and she was like 26 or something like that. Now Cardi and them are 26, maybe a little younger, and Nicki is what, 36, 37. That damn, them tables show enough turn.
Well, the thing is your fan base is going to age with you or age out of you, one of the two. You know what I'm saying? So unless you're able to continue to get young ears to listen, it's not going to matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get artists that really have longevity, like your Jay-Z's and different ones like that. They have the ear of the people that grew up with them, and they're also able to capture the ear of the younger generation. Nicki hasn't really done that.
If you're comparing yourself to them, you need to get there then.
Well, what you need to do is get back with Safari and go and get a team written album again, because she ain't been the same since that nigga left, just straight up. Like, she and the thing is like, I'm not even saying that in terms of like crediting him for all of her success. Sometimes you just catch a vibe with a certain person. You know what I'm saying? And like, clearly Safari was her person. Now y'all could have quit the relationship shit, but y'all should have kept the music shit going, because clearly you needed him, because you haven't been the same since.
That's just like with, now, fortunate for him, Timbaland has had a little success after Missy, but Missy don't just really put out hits like that now, but if you put them together, they had that special formula. It's like Lennon and McCartney. Like, it's like PB&J. You don't have one without the other. Yeah, sure, they're fine separately, but they're banging together. So could you imagine if they got her and Safari got back together to do it? I think that would probably be more iconic than her and Lil' Kim getting together to do a damn song.
Well, I think
people would lose their freaking minds.
I think they need both of them, first of all. I think because the thing is, now Timbaland ain't never slowed down. All right, Tim, I mean, he's the reason you care about Justin Timberlake. He's part of the reason we still care about Jay-Z. Timbaland, from a production standpoint, is still from that, but it's like there was a special. When I say super producer, I mean, I don't even think there's enough supers that I can put on that to give Tim enough respect. Now, him and Missy did create, great music together. I see what you're saying, but like, both of them are still very relevant in their own way. I think with Nicki, though, I think she honestly lost the ear. She lost that person, because sometimes a person can hear your voice and hear something special or hear something that you do that maybe you don't know, and they can kind of help to guide your voice in that direction. You know what I'm saying? I think what she ended up losing, because from the way I understand it, Safari had been there for a large portion of her career. The
whole time before they even got
before she was even owned, he was there,
signed or whatever, I believe.
So you got to understand how much of her sound, how much of the way she was presented to the world was cultivated within that relationship. So when that relationship ended, I really do think that was the beginning of the end, because she hasn't sounded the same since. Now, what you were talking about the whole her collaborating with Lil' Kim, I think that's the second problem when it comes to hip hop and especially women in hip hop. Women could rule the world if they could ever learn to get along with each other.
Well, when you're disrespectful, that's kind of hard to do. Back then, Lil' Kim collaborated with a lot of people, with the exception of maybe Foxy. They might have done one song together back then. I can't remember. Or were supposed to do a song together. But we all know Foxy, I almost called her Cleopatra, Lord have mercy. We all know Foxy Brown, how she get down. Hey, that rhymes.
Marilyn Monroe mixtape coming this fall. Woo
woo. For appropriate episode, bars. So, but we all know how she was. If you don't know, she is basically a bitch. I mean, hard to work with.
But is
she just causing drama all the damn time? But
is she though? That's what I'm saying.
Collaborate with
the things that you are saying are things that get said about literally every female MC. They cannot all be bitches.
No, I've literally heard nothing but how unprofessional that Foxy is. I've seen some of her shows. They're not put together. She's been late, all that stuff. Like, and you're not even like Lauryn Hill level where some people can let some of that shit slide. So I don't know what the issue is. And then if you listen to the Queen album, that I think it was Chanel, the song that she got with Foxy, that was trash. But yeah, but back then Lil' Kim would collaborate with Missy, with Mary J. Blige, Queen, whoever. They be in each other's videos and stuff. Like, there felt like an actual unity there.
But have you seen the level? Have you seen the level of collaboration in when it comes to women in the industry that you have seen with men, where they will help to bring others in, bring others up? You know what I'm saying? Like, where has, because now at this point, with the platforms being the way they are, with you being able to put together music as easily as you can and distribute it as easily as you can, there is no excuse for there not being more of this crossover between the, I'll say, kind of like the elder statesmen of hip hop, you know, the women that have been in the game for a minute.
When you have people in your ear, like I don't remember who it was,
but it
was two female singers. Their handlers pitted them against each other, and they never would collaborate. And you know,
but everything you're saying is my point, though. That is my point. It's this cattiness. Why don't they talk to each other? Why are you dealing with handlers? Like, it's not
because your handlers will probably be like I said, I feel like I believe I've heard this with Ashanti. She was told, I don't know if it was by Irv or whoever, to another. Shit, I'm trying to remember how it all went. Anyways, she was told that because she wanted to collaborate with some other female rapper or singer. I can't remember. I think it was Irv. We'll just say Irv, allegedly. Told her that other singer did not want to work with her. Woo woo woo. And then you gotta know, these girls are coming in here pretty young. And then there's already beef between camps and stuff, like how Murder Inc. was beefing with G Unit. And so now you're thinking, oh, okay, well, damn, I didn't do anything to you, but you clearly have a problem with me. And then you just take off with that. And then after you leave these people, she said, yeah, they finally talked. And come to find out, there was no bad blood at all. So these people, whoever are managing these people's images, who they get to talk to, what they get to write about, what they get to sing about, like whatever. Like, even with, like, say Ashanti, she's recorded songs and they're Jennifer Lopez songs. Like, you clearly hear her on the chorus or singing a couple of verses or whatever, but you're thinking that is J-Lo. So
I saw that story. Yeah.
It's like the music industry is freaking weird. Like, you basically do sell your soul because you don't have control over anything. And if you're so in this bubble and protected by everybody, you're probably not going to see what's talked about you on social media or know the truth of how someone feels about you.
And you know what?
People orchestrate beefs all the time since the beginning of Hollywood.
I could totally accept that prior to the social media and the connections that we have now. I could totally accept that.
But look at what happened with Nicki and Cardi.
At this point,
the fans are doing it too and pitting these people against each other.
But the thing is,
fake accounts.
But the thing is, even with all of that, and I'm telling you this, like, this is just from a life experience type thing. Women will beef with each other over absolutely nothing. Women will beef with people they don't even know over absolutely nothing, just because it's almost like it's in the nature to be pitted against one another. I ain't even talking about hip hop. I'm just talking about in life. So what I'm saying to you is that when it comes to
when you have standards out there, like, say, and we probably have to discuss this. I think we did say we were going to discuss this. when you get, because this happened to me. This is a true story. I worked at a hotel. Okay. Now around the hotel, like I was the only. Well, no, I wasn't the only female in my on my team, but I was the only black female on my team. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now everybody got a little crush on me, so they say, and woo woo woo, and just all in my damn face. We ended up getting a new girl there, except she worked at the front desk. She was cute too and all that. And do you know what one of my team members told me? Hey, Mel, there's a new girl up there. She looks just like you, like your younger version than you or whatever. She was like 10 years younger than me or whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay. And she had glasses just like I got glasses. We're both kind of the same skin tone. The only difference was I was a bit curvier than she was. But she did have a nice shape because she was more athletic than me. She ran track. So the men tried to pit us against each other, but it didn't work with me because I was like, I don't give a damn. Like, why are you telling me, like, constantly coming up to me telling me about this girl? And I'm like, I don't even know this girl's name. To this day, I don't know this girl's name. I know it starts with a K or whatever, but I'm like, I don't give a damn. And I finally had to speak with one of my friends that worked up there. I was like, why is this like happening? Why do y'all keep doing that shit? Like, that shit is annoying how men keep, and that's not the first time that's happened to me. That's happened to me constantly, especially when it's another black female. You know what? I've never been pitted against another, like a white female or Mexican female or whatever. It's always been another black female, usually another light-skinned chick, since I was in the military.
So why? So really, that's what I'm saying. That like narrative continues to exist. That narrative that there can only be one. Men don't do this because we don't care.
Lies. Because no, because some of y'all do. Because like I said, one of y'all
not at all.
Pit me, I can't even talk now. Keep pitting. Shit. Pitting me. Now I'm getting hot and aggravated. Pitting me against other females, and I don't give a damn. Now it worked in the military.
That wasn't pitting you against.
I would be.
See, we need to have a whole nother episode so women can understand.
We sure do.
What the psychology of man.
Sense. Y'all are orchestrating orchestrating this shit, having us hate.
They didn't give a shit about y'all hating each other.
It's a don't give a shit. There's men out there who have done this to me and other females.
You want to know why?
And then we end up hating each other.
You want to know why?
Why?
You want to know why? Because I can't holler at both of y'all if y'all friends.
But this happens in the beginning.
So if you buy into it,
when they start,
and you don't at least give this girl a chance to at least talk to her or to fight this narrative that there has to be one that only one of y'all can exist.
That's what I'm saying. In the military, when I was in my early 20s, this would happen to me a lot, and I bought into it. Because now I see you, I'm already a competitive person. Now I'm seeing you as competition. Like, oh, okay. And then I don't know what they're telling her. And now when we finally meet, she has a stank ass. I don't like this girl to this day. She has a stank ass attitude. Mm-hmm. But I never treated her any different. I was always cordial. I just wasn't, want to be my friend. But I was definitely cordial. But she treated me like shit. So now in turn, I got to treat you like shit. Now that I'm older, like I said, the situation at the whole. No, me and her tried to talk. She is a bitch. Me and her tried to talk because I was like, okay, so yeah, this isn't gonna work out. Whatever they said was true, I guess. I don't know, but whatever. Now the hotel, no, I never spoke with her, but I never had anything against her. I was always cordial. She was always cordial with me. We just didn't really work together like that. Sometimes we wouldn't work on the same shift, or by the time, because I worked the graveyard, by the time I get there, she's getting ready to go. But I never fed into that because now I'm older and I know what you're trying to do. And it's not going to work this time.
And that's my point when it comes back to the hip hop thing. You had this experience with working at a hotel and being in the military. Okay, so we're not even talking about the allure of fame. We're not talking about the allure of fortune.
Exactly.
We're not talking about money. We're not talking about popularity. We're not talking about any of these things. And that's why this narrative keeps getting written that there can only be one woman at the top at a time. And that narrative does not exist for men. That's what I'm saying. And my point is,
you don't know what them folks is doing in there, especially when you're surrounded by men. It was just
at what
Nicki
point
Minaj.
Do you think for yourself?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's my point, because I guarantee you a man can have his woman and all these other people around him saying this ain't this and this ain't that. I don't give a damn about none of that. Because I think for
Well,
myself,
like I said,
so that's what I'm saying. You're sitting here saying that women
this
have
is
all
all
these.
world.
You're saying that all of these artists.
Hollywood is completely different.
You're saying that all these female
Hollywood is
artists are
completely
basically
different.
completely slaves to the men that are around them, telling them how they should think, feel, and look. And I call bullshit on that. That unity could be there.
Because once you go into that industry, you sign your soul over. They control damn near all aspects of your life. That's just like even being in the damn royal family. Like, hell, Meghan Markle is getting talked about for wearing jeans to Wimbledon. So, yes, there is a controlling thing. I can't even talk right now. Sorry, I'm looking at something. There is a controlling factor, and it probably is. I don't think it's just for the women. But like Nicki Minaj was the only female in her camp. Cardi is with the Migos. Now, it may not be as bad over there because Cardi seems a little bit more accepting of other females, especially females that have gone through what she's gone through. But Nicki has been pretty much isolated and been told she's the best for the past 10 some odd years.
Okay, now,
now that we got a little competition,
is it her fault for believing that?
And now,
Is it her fault? Is it? Are you saying it's their fault simply for telling her, or is it her fault for believing?
Hip hop is an ego game anyway. Hip hop, I'm better than you. That's a competition in itself. Now you're the only female. Now you're the prettiest female. Like I said,
so does that mean you now have to shun all other females?
Some females are just like that,
and that's my point.
and no, not all females are like that.
A lot
though.
of the separation that is being created
is more personable. Cardi B is more personable than Nicki. That's why,
because she's deciding to actually talk to people and try to get to know them for who they are, as opposed to what you heard about.
That's what I said. Not all females are like that, but Nicki
you proving my point, right?
Always seem
you agreeing with
what?
me, right?
No, I'm saying I still feel like Nicki was controlled and is still being controlled because I don't think anybody's telling her no. They're still telling her that she's the best and better than all these ratchet. That these bitches are my sons. She literally says it in damn near every song that she has. So no, I don't think all females are like that, as you pointed out earlier. I think some just are truly bitches, and it's not just, oh, this is the narrative that we're spinning on them. They're just a bitch because you're in control and you want to be a boss and you're automatically called a bitch. No, some females are just bitches. Some men are just dicks. But now that you put yourself under the Hollywood microscope and you add money and fame to it, it's just pulling out what you already had inside.
But I think the key difference is that men can put being dicks aside in order to get paid. Where women will watch another woman burn.
I'm saying you said put dicks aside.
I said that. They will put dicks aside in order to get paid. Where women will watch another woman go up in flames and then go dust the ashes off her spot just to take it.
Well,
and what I'm saying is
they just do it underhandedly.
I'm saying there is a space where they can coexist, but they have to be willing to open up, and that's what I love about Megan Thee Stallion. Honestly, as of right now, she still seems to be all inclusive across the board when it comes to other women in the genre. Like, she's out here like, I'm rooting for everybody, and what I want to see from women in hip hop is more of that. You know what I'm saying? You can come out here and bring whatever the hip hop you're going to bring. Because Lord knows there are a lot of men that are wasting our time when it comes to these bullshit albums they dropping, just more so than even women. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even talking about from a talent standpoint or anything like that. I'm saying from an inclusivity standpoint and and allowing yourself to collab and bring other women up. And I think that's what I like about... I think
that's slowly happening now.
That's what I like about this movement. It sucks that Nicki is probably going to miss the boat on this just because, like you said, she's constantly calling these bitches her sons. I think this new generation of women in hip-hop is going to be more inclusive, and I think you're going to see more collabing across the board with multiple female MCs getting together doing mixtapes and putting out popular music, top 10 hits. And it's going to be all women on the track. Yep. So I guess with all that being said, Nicki is not the queen of hip hop for me. It's still Missy Elliott until she is dethroned. And that's because for me, Missy is the total package, not just part of it. I think Nicki has all the pieces to be popular. And she's
willing to collab with people and humble herself.
Exactly. There's a lot of humility there for her to be as great as she is. So, Nicki is not, for me, she's not the queen. Missy Elliott is at this point.
Period.
All right. So, new segment. I did talk about this on the last episode of Project Commentary. The new segment is Sick of This Shit. So, I have to talk about something that I am sick of. And what I am sick of is leggings and bonnets. I got a love-hate relationship with leggings because the right pair of leggings and the right woman, that's a good thing. But the wrong pair of leggings and the wrong woman is just like, I saw a meme and it said, 3 things tell the truth. There's drunk people, kids, and leggings. Yep. Yeah. So if you built like a sweet potato with legs...
Yams.
I can do without it. Also, get leggings that actually fit you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to be able to see through your leggings. That's not supposed to be the case. That's not a good look.
This is true. This is true.
So yeah, I'm sick of that shit. Also, bonnets. Look, there are other alternatives to leaving your house without leaving your house in a bonnet. You can get a baseball cap. You can get a sweater cap. You can put on a goddamn ski mask. I don't really care. Or, hey, you could comb your hair before you left the house. But I am so sick of seeing bonnets in public. There's a better way. You don't have to do this. Like I said, baseball cap, anything, any other covering for your head. But your bonnet is supposed to be for your house. The only person that is supposed to see that is your kids, your man, your husband, your immediate family are supposed to see your bonnet. It ain't supposed to leave your house, though. I shouldn't have to see it at Walmart. Right, I shouldn't have to see it when I drop my kids off at school. I shouldn't have to see it. I shouldn't have to see it at work. I shouldn't have to see your bonnet, man. That's how I feel about it. I'm sick of this shit.
I agree.
All right, cool.
Even though I did step outside in my bonnet and my leggings to walk my dog, but it was just literally right there.
Okay, but so see, you was walking your dog. You hadn't completely left the confines of your home yet. You know what I'm saying? You were still in the vicinity. You know what I'm saying? But like, don't go to Walmart in your bonnet, man. And I ain't even got a problem with the leggings. They just need to be the appropriate size. And I would prefer you had the appropriate body fitness. To wear them. That's it. All right. So this has been another episode of Project Commentary. I have been Project Commentary.
Melody Munroe.
All right. Until next time, y'all take care of yourself. Peace.
And don't you be yelling at me next time. Here.